Guess what? It is 2026.
It is 2026. Have you had to write the date down much yet?
Only once or twice, and it was actually in 2025 when I was writing something for 2026. So I was like intentional about I'm writing this for 2026. So I haven't like had the moment yet where I write it wrong. But
I've only had to write the date once, maybe twice this year. And it gave me pause because I was like, 26.
Yeah, I've been writing down like update your 2026 calendar, update your 2026 planner, like stuff that I like that so far. So anyways, but welcome. Heather's here. Hi, Heather.
Hey,
Happy
Heather.
New Year. Woo.
Happy New Year. It's 2026.
It's always fun when we start a new year.
Because then we have a new challenge.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're still talking about our old challenge yet because we got to close that out.
Oh, Lucy says I have already written the date wrong. You're in good company.
Yes.
So fun fact about me.
I will be doing that for sure.
90% of the time, if I write the date wrong, it's not because we're switching the years and I'm writing the previous year. For some reason, my brain glitches and I write 2012.
Me too. What is it about 2012? Like,
my suspicion is that that's the year that I graduated from high school, and that's the year that I started college. So that was like big year of lots of things is the only explanation I have for me, but that's not the same.
But that doesn't work for me.
So I don't know. Hello, welcome. Okay, so yes, we have a new year, new challenge. Mine's in black and white because I don't have a color printer, but we have a Bookopoly challenge.
Woo! Mine's on my fridge because
printed that out, and I printed out my chance cards and my community chest cards, but clearly I've not cut them out yet. I gotta do that. I'm behind, guys. I'm a little behind. It's fine. I just finished putting my bingo cards together today.
That was like the thing that I did on. Oops, hold on. This is gonna be real fun. We're taking a field trip here. That was the first thing I did was print those out and cut them out on January 1. So I have my cards.
I love it. I love that you have the little baggies to keep your cards in so that you can just pull one out.
Yeah. I figured that'd be the easiest because I was like, how am I gonna like if I put this here, like where, like what am I gonna do with those? So
also, I need you guys to settle a dispute here, besties. It's not really a dispute. That's the wrong word.
Uh-oh.
How many of you already have dice in your house? I just need to know.
This wasn't a dispute. This was just Coralie can't handle when somebody doesn't have any dice in their house.
I've known Cassie's been my best friend for half a decade or more.
Okay, but how cool is my dice though? Because I made it.
Your die. So it's just one. It is really cool. Yeah. So if you don't have dice, we did include that in the folder so that you can cut one out and do what Cassie did and make one because she's psychotic and doesn't own any board games in her house at all. So I have a whole closet full of board games, guys. And I have before I was born, I've always had dice in my house. I've never lived in a place that did not have dice and cards. And I was shocked that Cassie, thank you. I have so many dice. Oh, wait, we can do the thing.
Okay, but all right, to be fair, my family has all the board games. My board games are at my mom's house.
I can't believe I've known you this long.
I
didn't know that you don't have dice in your house. That shocks me. Lucy says she printed hers out in color and glued it to cardboard. Oh, that's so smart.
Ooh.
You got yes, they have dice. Thank you. I feel validated. Heather stole hers from the backgammon board. I love that. Backgammon was one of my favorites when I was a kid. But I don't actually own a backgammon board yet because I'm super picky. And I grew up, my mom's backgammon board is a nice, leather case backgammon board with really nice pieces that have some weight to them. And so every time I've ever been in a place that sold a backgammon board, it was a cheap piece of cardboard with the little plastic checkers. I was like, no. I grew up playing nice backgammon. So I refused to get a cheap backgammon board.
Well, even if I had dice in my house, I would use this one because it's just cool. It's big.
It is cool. There is in that PDF with the dice, there is one that is black and white if you want to just print that one out. And there's also a green one that matches our green theme for the year. So, fun fact.
I don't have a colored printer, so I went black and white.
You probably don't have any crayons in your house either.
Oh, I do have crayons, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys are here, and hopefully you are ready to dive into the Monopoly idea that we've got going here, our Bookopoly. I love, Lucy, that you're playing with your sister. I think that's really cool. So that's super exciting. Heather says, my friend was talking about her favorite book this year, and her husband was like, oh, you've read a book in the last 7 days? And she's like, oops, I meant last year. That's fantastic. Love it. Okay, so that's most of the housekeeping we have is just welcome. We're starting a new challenge. Invite any friends that you have to join the challenge. That's super exciting. Compete with your siblings to see who can play the whole board first.
Yes.
I'm here for the sibling competitiveness. I'm here for it. I actually haven't rolled yet, but Cassie has. Mostly because I just printed my board out and I haven't had the opportunity.
I had the unlucky fortune to land on income tax.
I love that that's your first roll. I think that's pretty hilarious.
And it's taken me so long to get there because like read a book in a format you don't usually read in. I'm like, there's a reason I don't usually read in it because it takes forever.
Well, there's a reason I put that on the tax square.
And on top of it, it's the book that I chose is a massive book. So like I really just
that's on you.
Myself. No, that's on you because you told me to read it. So
ooh, we got somebody who's on time travel and training story, and then someone else on a children's book. I almost said Christmas book. I was looking at Christmas books before we got here today. So another thing I wanted to show off is we got our 2025 bookmarks. Those are in the mail. So if you haven't gotten those yet, they should be on their way to you. And I just thought they looked really good. I guess I should put these in order, huh? Got our 2023.
Well, they're still backwards to us, but yeah.
Can fix that too. Look at that. Boom. So we have bookmarks, and I've already designed the one for 2026 because it's green, and I was like super.
You were having too much fun.
And then we had our stickers. This is the first year we've had stickers. So 2026, you'll be able to add a sticker to your collection there. So I wanted to show that off. The short stories, everybody should have had, like all of your digital prizes, you should have gotten those already. If you had any issues with those, just respond to one of our emails and let us know. But the physical short stories have shipped to me. They're not here yet. Once they get here, then I will ship those off to our 3 physical short story winners. Along with, I got the book that I'm giving away. So we announced our giveaway winners. One of you will get Fire and Ash. One of you will get The Unraveling of Emmeline Delane. As soon as the short stories come in, we'll do all that together. So that's why you guys, our 3 giveaway winners, you don't have your prizes yet because we're still waiting on the mail.
Yeah, the snail mail.
Yes. Oh, chance card. Love it.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So Catherine texted me and she's like, what do I do for like lightning? And I was like, the only one that comes to mind is the Lightning Thief because I just read that. And she pulled up Frankenstein. I was like, would that work? I was like, that's brilliant. I think Frankenstein is perfect for that square.
That's awesome.
Oh, 5 glass slippers. Heather, I've wondered if that's any good. You'll have to let me know. I love that. I love that you guys are already reading some Echo Nova. Okay, I've only read Clint Hall's Still Fire from the Sky. Yes, but I've heard good things about Echo Nova. So yeah, that's exciting.
I didn't realize it was time travel, so
I'm intrigued. Yeah, love that. All right, we do have. So we're gonna go through our monthly. What we read last month because last month was December. Cassie and I were still playing bingo. So we are going to talk a little bit about the bingo challenge from last year, a little bit this month. And then next month, we'll be talking about our board reads and whatnot. I need to get on that.
Hopefully I'll have one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So Cassie, do you want to go over what you read first or do you want to look through your bingo cards first?
Ooh.
What do you guys want us to do?
Yeah. let us know.
Lucy says we've got to read Echo Nova.
Okay. Well,
I hear good things.
Maybe we can buddy read that because there is a square for buddy reading. So,
there is. We got to roll and land on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we dive into reads, though, I did have one other announcement.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
That's okay. While they're telling us what to start with, I'll just share this announcement. I have opened up a few virtual tutoring spots. I mean, and in person too, but if you don't know anybody where I live, then
that doesn't help.
Not helpful. So virtual tutoring. So if you know anybody that needs help with reading or writing, it's all ages. So
any kind of Englishy thing.
English, yeah, something like that. I've been helping people with reading comprehension and writing essays and that sort of thing. So if you know anyone, please send them my way. I'll have a link that we'll send out in the email as well, the recap email, so that you can pass that along. If you do, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, get them before her spots book up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's told us, so maybe we should start with our bingo cards.
Okay. We'll do a quick recap of our bingo cards since we've finally got all the reads on the cards since after December.
We got a little behind.
And then we'll go over our reads. I'll just go ahead and start and say I printed off.
Lucy said she wants to hear our reads and then the cards.
Okay, we'll do it that way. I think that probably makes more sense because our reads for December are on the bingo cards.
That's true. That's
smart.
Okay.
Cassie, how many books did you read in December?
Okay, let me look because I don't actually remember.
Yeah, if you start looking off screen, it's because we're looking at our tracker, which we have a new 2026 tracker that Cassie worked really hard on. So check it out.
Okay, I read 11 books.
In December?
In December.
I thought you said you read 3. Girlfriend. Whew.
No, I said there's only 3 that I own.
Oh, I was like, December was an off month for you. I guess
not. No, there's only 3 of them that I own. So I'm going to have a whole lot that I can't show you. But I do have a few that I can.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so I read A Song Unheard by Rosanna M. White. It was part of the trilogy that I read out of order, but it's fine. Everything's fine. I read A Tempest at Sea by Sherry Thomas, which is a gender-bent Sherlock Holmes.
Ooh.
Which is fun. This is like book 7 in the series. Just know there's some content in some of them. This was a mild one, but some of the others in the series there's some content. I read Loyally Luke by Pepper Basham, which is the 3rd one in a series. And then I read Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Again, because I just
also has some content in it.
Yes, it's a very heavy read, but I enjoy it. I read Christmas with a Crank by Courtney Walsh.
Is that what the movie's based on?
No.
Oh.
You're thinking Christmas with the Cranks.
Ah.
This is just a cranky person.
Gotcha.
That she's trying to bring Christmas joy to. But yeah, and then I read To Con a Gentleman by Sarah Adams. And Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor by Rosanna M. White. And then I finished this devotional, Worry Less, Pray More, and a certain somebody that you may or may not know gave this to me. That somebody's Coralie. She gave it to me. It's all about anxiety. And
I didn't realize you finished it.
I did. It took me all year to read a 170-page devotional, but it's fine.
Okay, to be fair, that's like half a year, though. It's meant to be like a 6-month promotional, so that's not bad.
That's fair. But yeah. And then I read Next Level Plot Structure by K.M. Weiland.
Oh, I want to read that one.
And then I read The MAGA Doctrine by Charlie Kirk. And then, because my church was doing a read a Bible in a year, I read the Bible.
Yay!
So
You completed it. That's awesome.
I completed it. You did the whole thing. And then right now I'm currently trying to read the Bible in 90 days. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I haven't tried that challenge yet. So for several years when I was in high school, tried to read through the Bible cover to cover, and I always stopped at the end of Exodus because it starts getting into like all the numbers and the laws and the legalities, and I was like, I can't handle any more of this. And I always quit at that point. And so finally, I realized that what I was trying to do was read on one of those reading schedules in a year. So if any of you have ever tried to do this, maybe this will be helpful. But let me put up here. Go, Cassie! Heather says that Christmas with the Cranks is based on a book. It's just called Skipping Christmas. I wondered if that was based on a book.
Okay.
Interesting. Love that. Anyway, I was trying to read the Bible on one of those read the Bible in a year schedules, and I always got burned out and failed. So what I decided to do sometime when I was in college was to read through the Bible cover to cover, but not care about how long it took me to read through it. I ended up doing it about 18 months. So it wasn't as it didn't take me an eternity, right? Also, I was in college at the time, so I feel like that's a little bit of leeway for taking a little longer. Full-time student working 3 jobs. Not at once. I was working 2 jobs at once and one in the summer, so I bounced back and forth. But, sorry, tangent. The point is, this is why you guys come. I read it from cover to cover in 18 months, and I was just determined that every time I sat down to read, that I would just keep going forward no matter what. So the second time I read it congregationally with my church, kind of like you just mentioned, but they read it chronologically. But they did it in a year. And I learned that because I had read it cover to cover and I knew the material, obviously there's always more to learn. I'm not saying that I have it memorized or anything or fully understand it, but because I had at one point read every word in the Bible, it was way easier to read at a faster speed the second time. So the first time was just read to get through it and understand the best you can. The second time I read through it, and I did do it in a year, and I felt like that was a huge accomplishment. So I haven't even attempted the 90-day challenge. I went from what I'm doing right now is reading through it in a different translation than the last 2 times I read it. But I'm shooting for doing it in a year.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's also a little bit of a tangent, but I'm so proud of you. Yay.
Yeah. I tried the 90-day challenge before and did not succeed. I got 2 days in, which, to be fair, I'm only 3 days in. So
Was it Nadine who read it in 9 months while she was pregnant with her youngest?
Maybe.
I feel like somebody was pregnant and decided they would read through the Bible out loud while they were pregnant. And I thought that was a really cool idea.
That is a cool idea.
It sounds like something Nadine would do.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if it was her or not. Anyways, King and Wyland. So what was the one that you said that you read?
I read Next Level Plot Structure.
Okay.
So it's book 2 to that one.
Okay, because I have this one, but I haven't read it yet. But I love her character arcs book, and I have read that.
I have that one. I haven't read it.
I would totally reread it because I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this one. Highly recommend it for any of you writers out there. So good.
So, yeah, I need to read it.
Lucy says this year she started writing out the Bible. I have written a couple of books by hand. Last year I wrote 2 books by hand, and I think my next big goal is going to be trying to write through it.
Something that I've wanted to do is write out the Bible in Hebrew.
So I learned to read Hebrew.
Learn Hebrew Genesis 1:1, right? Start there in the beginning, whatever the Hebrew is, and
it would be cool to learn to read it
learn Hebrew as I'm
languages
doing the Bible. So I don't know if we'll ever do that, but
hey, you're gonna have eternity one day. You're gonna do everything.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll save that for eternity because it might take me eternity to do it.
What was your favorite read of December?
Well, this one is always a favorite, but if we're not picking a reread, then I would say Christmas with a Crank.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we all know what you picked for your favorite read of the year.
We do. I had to pick one.
Yes, that was
Here
so hard.
it is.
Is it with a crank or with the crank?
A crank.
Okay. And then I'll put Redeeming Love too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, what was something that was challenging or difficult?
Challenging or difficult. There's 2 squares that I had to fill on a bingo card to black it out. And I had like 7 days left of the year to do so. And that's when I crammed the K.M. Weiland book and the Charlie Kirk book. So I kind of feel like I didn't give those like justice, but it's fine. I crammed them in as audiobooks. And
which card were you blacking out?
Which one was it? It was nonfiction. Yeah.
Love that. What was something that was surprising or delightful?
I mean, I read a lot of very delightful books. So I think Christmas with a Crank was just very delightful. You know, like it's like the grumpy love interest, right? Then she wins him over, and it was just such a sweet story. I like that one. I would read it again.
I love that.
And it was a newish author. Like, I'd only read one of her books before. And yeah. And like I've mentioned in other videos, like I'm not generally a romance writer, but like a reader. But
you're not generally a romance writer either.
Yeah, that too. That may change. Who knows? But I just needed the hallmark, you know, like going through this difficult season. I just didn't want the unknowns. Like the unknowns was stressful. So like even thinking about reading a book where I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna end. Somebody could die. I don't know. You know, like I was like, I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Yeah. I'm gonna have a hallmark book where even though I know they'll like, there's always like that moment of like breakup or whatever, and then they get back together in the end, and like I just know that's gonna happen. And so like that's what I need.
You betrayed me, you lied to me, you're not who you said you were. It's always there.
Yeah.
And it's always the same mark too. But I think that's something that's true, and hopefully you guys like get this from some of you guys have been with us for years while we've done this, but even newer people, like we're not here to shame you about what you read. We're not here to like tell you how many books to read. This is about meeting your reading goals and finding joy in your reading. But also we've learned that like there are seasons in your reading where you read more. There are seasons where you read less. If I'm on an editing deadline, I am not reading as much as when I'm not on an editing deadline. It just doesn't happen because I don't have the brain energy. And so there's seasons to that. And there's also seasons where you need a lighter hearted read. There's seasons where you need to be uplifted and encouraged. And that's different than the seasons when you need to be challenged, right? When you need to read something more difficult, or when you need to read something that challenges and pushes you to grow, or, reading a classic is going to be a little bit thicker than reading, contemporary romance or whatnot. And we have different seasons where we need different things. And so
why I'm really glad I didn't binge the classics at the end.
Yeah, so Cassie recently made the decision not to do that, and I'm really proud of you for that, because I think we need to adjust our goals to accommodate the seasons that we're in. And sometimes we, like, even as I know a lot of you guys are writers too, as writers, there are different types of reads and books that people need. So I think that's really cool to remember that there are different kinds of reads that we need in different seasons. Yeah, for sure. So I love that. Okay, I also read 11 books.
Really? Hey, we tied. That's awesome.
Yay! Especially after like 1, 2, 3 months of like reading 3 or 4 books. Now, to be fair, some of these are pretty short books, but that's okay.
It
also
still counts.
I thought it was really funny. There are 2 physical books that I read out of the last 11, 12, 13, out of the last 14 books that I have read. They've all been audiobooks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, pin Lucy's comment. I can't do it. So
yes, I got you.
Tooting her own horn here, but I'm gonna tell her to pin the comment.
Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate it. So for those of you who don't know, I'm not really an audiobook listener. I mean, I am, but it's not my preferred format, mostly because I don't ingest the story super well. So it's way better for me to do that for rereads than it is for new reads. However, the last 6 weeks of my life have been chaos because I work for a church right before Christmas and I work for customer service right before Christmas. So it's just been mass chaos. And I've done a lot of driving and not a lot of time or brain energy to sit down and read a book. So the book that I started, I don't have it with me, I didn't bring it, that I'm hoping to finish this month physically is The Nutcracker. And so I will be finishing The Nutcracker in January because I just haven't had time to physically read anything. I have an arc for a book that's due on Tuesday that I haven't even started yet.
Coralie, you still haven't started it?
No, I haven't. It's fine. Everything's fine. But that's the reason why I've read so many audiobooks is just it's been that kind of a season. And again, going back to seasons, if you need to read different formats, that's fine. And so also the 2 books that I read were like a picture book and a devotional that I don't have anymore because I took it to McKay's. So it wasn't a bad devotional. I just didn't want to keep it. It was an Advent devotional I liked the premise, but I wouldn't read that particular book again. And I thought somebody else may enjoy it. So anyway, those were my 2 physical ones. Were like these tiny little thin ones. So anyway, okay, let's get into it. I read Lord of the Flies. This has been on my TBR for an eternity. It does have some content, so be cautious, but it is considered a classic. So read that one. We'll talk about a thriller. That one to get you. Reread Green Ember, Helmer and the Dragon Tomb. That one I was proofreading the audiobook, so actually read the physical book and the audiobook at the same time to proofread it. I don't have Welcome to the Lands of Luxury. Earlier last year, I read Please Return to the Lands of Luxury, which is the first book, and then Welcome to the Lands of Luxury is the second book. It was a new author I'd never heard of and found a cute little middle grade book. It was super fun. And then I also read, he has like a prequel short story called The Mystery of Doom to Dune that goes with that series. Catherine, you'll enjoy this. I read Frendel last month for the first time ever. That is one that is a children's classic that I've just never read. I also read The Mouse and the Motorcycle, which is my boss's one of his favorite childhood books. And so I never read that one. Beverly Cleary is a classic children's author. So that was really fun. And I got to listen to the audiobook of that. And I don't know if any of you have read it, but it's about a mouse and a motorcycle. And there are motorcycle noises that he makes through the whole book. And it was just delightful. Because he's like through the whole book. But what I thought was, it was actually really charming. Like the way it was a little boy's toy motorcycle that the mouse would get on. And the way he made the motorcycle go was by making the noise with his lips. So he couldn't talk and ride the motorcycle at the same time. But anyway, it was super cute. So if you're looking for something lighthearted and cute and short, check out The Mouse and the Motorcycle, because that one's fun. Yes, do love me some Andrew Clemens. I need to get through some more of his books, but it was really cool to read about the Frendel. And as a teacher, I also really enjoyed that one because it has some teacher-student dynamics that I was like, my heart, Andrew, you can't do this to me. I reread The Lost Key, also for work.
I was going to say, you're rereading all these for work. I know.
Yep. And then this one is, so you'll notice here at the end, like I did a whole bunch of Christmas reads. This one is one of my absolute favorite books in the world because it has these stunning illustrations. And I have had this book since I was a child. Hold on, I'll find my favorite. This is my favorite one. I love it so much.
Very pretty.
And people wonder why I like snowflakes. This is why. And blues and greens and purples. I blame this book. But it was a really fun. Somebody asked me the question of like, what do you do to try to like bring the magic of the season into your life? Because a lot of times it is just chaos and customer service and shipping deadlines and shopping and gift wrapping and sending out cards. And there's a lot of commercialism to it. And so I I love Christmas lights. I love going to see lights. I love putting up lights. I love the lights, but I also like the Nutcracker has never failed to like put me in like the heart of like feeling like Christmas magic. So it was really fun to just kind of take an evening before bed and like feel like a little kid again. Before Christmas is the name of the Advent that I was talking about. So I read that, and that was really neat because it talked about not just the nativity story, but what led up to that. And we often don't think about the context. We just think about the miracle of the nativity story, which is a miracle and beautiful, but it was a really neat kind of take to stop and look at like the fact that this has been part of God's plan from the beginning and what Christ gave up to become the baby in the manger. We think about the sacrifice of Christ on the cross, but we don't always think about what he gave up to become human. So I thought that was a really neat take for the Advent season. And then another childhood favorite, Christmas in Camelot. Love me some Magic Treehouse. Actually,
I love the Christmas theme that we had.
I was like, I needed some Christmas. And this, I love Camelot and Arthurian legend, and I love the Magic Treehouse. So this is like the perfect combo. And it is, I forgot one of my 2026 goals is to read through like the original Magic Treehouse books. Not all the spinoffs afterwards. I would like to get to those at some point, but I'm thinking about rereading like the original ones this year. And then the last read of the I grabbed the wrong book. It's actually right next to this one on the shelf. So the last book I read was Treasure Island, and it is a leather-bound book like this, but this is the adventure of Sherlock Holmes. Because I didn't look at the title, I just grabbed the book.
Why did you just hold that one up when I was talking about my gender bent?
Because I thought it was Treasure Island this whole time. I didn't realize that I grabbed the wrong book. So yeah, Treasure Island I have never read before, and so I read that classic, and it was really fun. I knew the story. I was familiar with the story. I've seen a lot of adaptations, but I had never actually read the book. So those were my 11 reads for December.
All right.
Yep.
And your favorite?
Ooh.
You made me do it.
I know. I feel like, so I'm going to do like you. I'm going to pick one reread. This is just, it's always my favorite. If I had to pick a new read, I would probably go with Welcome to the Lands of Luxury, which was the sequel to Please Return to the Lands of Luxury. And I always want to say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally every time I see that. And that's not what the title of the book is. That's a bad acronym. I enjoyed the first book a lot. It's robots and kids and themes of family. It's got a real heartfelt, but also action adventure-y. It's really fun. It's good for reluctant readers because it's got short chapters and whatnot. And I waited 6 months to pick up the sequel because I really enjoyed the first one, but I was like, okay, I've got other things to read. I picked up the sequel and felt like I got hit by a truck. And I was like, oh, this hurts. Because he dug into some themes of adoption and self-worth. And I remember listening to it when I was in the shower and just being like, I'm going to sob because of this tiny little middle grade book. What is this? And it was really cute and sweet and well done. And I really liked how he brought out some themes of doing what's right even when it's hard, and finding your place and found family and stuff like that, and what your worth is found in. So I really enjoyed that one. Yeah.
Right.
And then my favorite of the year I picked was Of Sea and Smoke, which we're giving away book 1, not book 2. Because I don't want to give you a book 2 if you haven't ever read book 1. That's kind of weird. So yeah. And then I think the challenging thing we've kind of already talked about. The challenging thing was I didn't have any time to read other than while I was driving in my car. So, I didn't even think I was going to get to decorate for Christmas. And so I listened to Christmas in Camelot while I was decorating for Christmas. I had some audiobooks going while I was doing chores and stuff, and dog sitting and whatnot and driving. So something that was surprised. Welcome to the Lands of Luxury surprised me. I didn't expect that. I think Frindle surprised me. I've liked the other Andrew Clemens books that I've read, but I didn't really know what Frindle was about going into it. And I was like, what is this? And it was good. And then I got to the end, and the end like also hit a chord for me. So that one kind of took me by surprise. And then if I have to go with delightful, I adore this picture book so much. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll do a quick recap of our bingo cards, and then we'll let you guys go because I think that's all we have for today. We'll see you next month. We'll send out an email recap so that you have all of the announcements and links and things and the date for next month's challenge. If you haven't gotten your prizes from 2025 yet, they should be on the way. Sometimes the postal service is a little bit slow. It should be getting better now that it's after Christmas, but that Christmas rush, they still take sometimes a week or two to get through that slog afterwards. Frog and throat, sorry. And then physical short stories. We will send you three an email once I get those and get to the post office with those. So yeah. Okay. I think mine are pretty easy. So I'm going to say I printed out a classics bingo. I actually did read books that were on the card, but I ended up putting them in different places on different cards. Because I didn't have enough on here in the right places to make a bingo. So I was like, why? We're going to put those somewhere more effective. So I did actually read several classics. I read more classics last year than I have read any other year.
Did we both you show classics, I show classics?
Yeah, go for it.
You go through all your cards, then I go through all mine.
We didn't all print the same cards. We printed several of the same cards. So why don't you go ahead and do your classics?
Okay. I did get a bingo on my classics card. And I almost got a second one, but this book was 30 hours long, and I didn't feel like listening to it.
Did you DNF it, or are you going to finish it later?
I'll finish it. I'll finish it. I'm only 30% of the way through.
Maybe I can buddy read that with you.
Kind of don't want to slog the rest of the way, but...
Well, you need to wait till you're in a better season for it. That's fair. Yeah. So, yay for bingo. I printed the book cover card because I thought it would be cool, and then I ended up completely forgetting that it existed.
I think I put some on my book cover card.
So I'm sure I could have gotten a bingo, but then I put them in other places. So yeah, look at that. I love it.
This was I don't know where to put these, and I found it on here. I just was okay. So this is just random.
Okay, did you do the genre card?
I did.
This is really funny for me. So I always do a bingo card in my bullet journal every year, and it's usually that's where the idea for this challenge came from. Is because I do different genres because I challenge myself to have a variety in my reading diet. And that card in my bullet journal is actually different than this one. So I blacked that one out, but not this one, which is really funny. And again, I think I could have blacked this one out if I hadn't been trying to do so many other cards. Yeah. So I did get a couple of bingos.
Oh, you did?
I have 3 bingos. I almost got this one, but I didn't do Slice of Life.
Oh.
I didn't read any Slice of Life. So I had more stickers on here, and then I moved them to other cards to get bingos on other cards. So
that's fair. This is the one I blacked out. One of them.
Yay! Lucy says the book cover card is the only one she did anything with. You got 4 squares. That's still amazing.
That is amazing.
That's great. All right. I have spring.
Okay.
I got a bingo on spring.
Whoops, I just knocked the thing off. Hold on. Where was this at? Oh, shoot. Oh, it was there.
I was like, I thought you did all the seasons.
I did. I have spring. I just knocked one of the things off. And I was trying to remember. I bingoed here and you bingoed there.
I love that.
That's so fun. Yeah. I almost bingoed here, too. But these are just random books I was trying to figure out where to put.
Yeah, you got really close.
So, yeah.
Okay, summer. Fun fact, this one, I read so many books that could have been on this card that I used in other places. So we were working on our cards earlier today because, again, the last 6 weeks was chaos. And I realized I didn't actually have a bingo on my summer card. I was like, there's no way that's right. Absolutely no way that's right because I've read so many books. So I had to do a little mixing and matching and moving stuff around. But I read a ton of books that could have been on this card, but I almost got 2 bingos.
Nice. Me too.
Ooh, I love it. I couldn't find a story.
I actually almost got 3 bingos.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
No, but I got that one.
Yeah, and the diagonal one too. Actually, you almost have 4.
Oh yeah, dude! If I would have just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, the story about freedom.
One. I could. Oh wait, no, I think I read that the previous year. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, I spaced and didn't print an autumn card. Did you print an autumn card?
I did.
I didn't print one.
I got a bingo on it.
Autumn bingo. I really want to look at the autumn card and see if I could have done a bingo on that one. Like, obviously I can't reuse squares, so technically I didn't get that bingo, but like I want to read, like I just want to look and see if I could have.
Yeah. You should, because I
don't know. I meant to, and I just didn't. But I did get a winter bingo. This one, I had it this way, and then I had to move some things, and so I got one this way instead.
That works.
Oh, I like you. You're going with the diagonals. I like this.
I don't always. It just, this one I did. Well, I was going to go this way, but then I happened to read a couple that, oh, wow. Okay. I happened to read a couple this way. So then I was like, okay, we'll just do diagonal instead. So I had started to go across.
I love it. Okay, I know that you did the nonfiction card, and you blacked that one out, right?
I did. I blacked that one out.
Yay! That's so cool. I read more nonfiction this past year than I normally have, but also put a bunch of those in different places on different cards. I didn't get a single nonfiction bingo, but I got really close.
You got really close.
In lots of places. I was planning on getting this one. It's philosophy, but the book that I picked out for philosophy turned out to be a memoir and not. It was a C.S. Lewis book, and so I was like, this will totally work. And when I read it, I was like, technically, it was a grief observed. And I'm like, I don't know that I could actually put that on philosophy because it was really just him processing his grief. So I decided to put that under a different nonfiction space on my genre card, actually. And because that was my planned philosophy, then I was really sad that I didn't get that. So I was planning on getting a bingo and I didn't.
You were so close. So close.
Okay. I have 2 cards left. I have publication and miscellaneous. What do you have?
Me too.
Left? Oh, you did those too?
Yeah.
You did.
Well,
okay.
I needed stuff to put random stuff on.
Okay, well, the publication bingo. I got a bingo.
I did not. But I got close.
You did. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I just needed published the year I was born. And honestly, I could have maybe done that, but I didn't feel like looking up a book that was the year I was born. So I was like, nah, it's fine.
It was actually really hard to put a couple on here because I ended up putting Of Sea and Smoke and The Last Dragon on Mars on here. And I was like, surely there's better places I could have put both of those. But I needed it here. So I was like, you're taking the hit because I need the bingo.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really upset about this card, but it's fine. The miscellaneous bingo card. Why don't you go first?
Well, if you could count 4 books, I got a diagonal bingo, but if not, I got no bingo. But I got really close.
am so close to a black girl. So I'm missing a duology. I didn't read any duologies this year. None.
Didn't?
I looked through my Goodreads book list because I was like, I'll move them. I will move them from wherever. I didn't read a duology. I read book 1.
You should have read Camille Dulaine, and
I know.
got it.
I should have. I realize that now.
Comes out next month. You're on the street tape.
I'll get to that one. I've got to get to Dawn and Embers first, and then the local author. I could have read an Andrew Peterson book, but I ran out of time and I didn't. So,
girl,
I'm like and I even have like the trilogy that's like the Calor. Oh no, it just fell. Calor, Lumen, and Memoria. And I was like, do I move those somewhere else and use them as 3 separate books? And I was like, no, I'm so close to the blackout. I'm keeping it on this card.
Yeah, no, I got the duology and the trilogy, which took up a lot of books.
Yeah.
Because I could have put them somewhere else on here maybe. Or probably a different card.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't read a single duology all year.
That's amazing.
I read half of several duologies. But the other half isn't out yet. Well, Sons of Day and Night's a duology. It's not out yet.
That's true.
then Camille Delane, I didn't read that one before the end of the year. And it's technically not out yet, but I had the book and could have read it. And then, there's a couple of them that were like that. And
so I thought this was so good. I was going to tell you about it. Where is it? I think that was on the summer card. Hold on. Let me go back to. Yes. I put it on the Camille Delane is on the Mermaid, Siren, or Pirate story.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm so excited to read Camille Delane. It's not even funny.
You need to, because honestly, I think it was better than the first one.
Oh, the cover is fantastic.
And you know how much I love the first one, because obviously it was my favorite of the year. So, like, but Camille Delane is, so good.
Lucy says, I did not read the anthology I'm in for the local authors fair. It happens. It happens. So, okay. I guess I forgot to ask if anybody had questions about the 2026 challenge. If you do, shoot us an email and let us know, because we'd be happy to answer those. I know we did have one person ask. She downloaded the tracker and so that she could use it offline in Excel, and it did a little bit of funky glitching with her.
Did you see the email that I sent her?
I did. I forgot to tell you because I think it was dog sitting or something. I don't remember what I was doing. But right before you sent that, she sent me an email to say that she fixed it. I'm so sorry. So anyway, you can download that, but we did have one question about that.
Which, by the way, did not fix it. It made it worse. Whatever I did made it worse.
Oh,
so,
no.
I don't know how to fix it.
Well, she fixed it.
She told me, she's like, you made it worse, but I already fixed it, so it's fine. And I was like, okay, I just won't touch it then. Because I thought for sure, I was like, oh, I bet it's this. And
yeah, everybody's computer is different, so that's part of the issue. And the Google Sheets doesn't always talk to Excel super well either.
Well, because the thing that I learned is, like, Google Sheets has different functions that Excel Sheets don't have.
Right.
So if you use those, which I guess I must have, then Excel can't do anything with that.
Yeah, chit chat with it, but that's okay. But there is an FAQ in the game rule book. Every board game comes with a game rule book, so we typed one of those out for you guys for Monopoly this year. And I'm going to say Monopoly all year instead of Bookopoly. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But there's some FAQs in there, and if you guys have more questions that we haven't covered, let me know, and I can add that to that document for anybody else, because if you have a question, you're probably not the only one.
Yes.
So, okay. I think that's all I feel like we're missing an announcement, but it's probably just because it's the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So, hopefully you enjoyed your prizes. We'd love to know what you thought of Milk Lake, because we worked really hard on that and it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Or the other two for some of you who weren't with us for previous years. I know we had a lot of new people for 2025, so we wanted to share with you the previous two. So let us know, because we have fun with those. And also, if you have ideas or anything that you'd like to see moving forward, we haven't plotted out the one for 2026 yet. So
you mean 2027?
No, 2026. That's this year.
Yeah, we have. Oh,
we don't have a plot.
I was thinking the theme. I was like, girl, we have the theme for 2027.
No, the short story.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, we've got ideas for what we want to do with it, but we're open to input. If you want to see fun Easter eggs, we're happy to sneak stuff in there. Yeah. So, okay. I think that's all we have. We'll see you next month. Our first Zoom will be in April, so we'll let you guys know about that a little bit later. And we'll see you again in February. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. If you have friends who want to join, share that reading challenge link with them so that they get all of the tracker and the board and all that stuff, all the materials.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, y'all. So fun.
Yeah, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the 2026 Bookopoly Challenge.
Happy New Year.
All right. Bye.
See y'all.